the silliness of the Dragon Heist cover that we were drawing on. Yeah.
Still got problems myself. Ooh, that's loud. Turn you down. You back down to like a... I've got Camille literally listed as a -4 on this. We're not actually even using that audio band for you, Camille. I just wanted you to know that.
Okay. Is that implying that I'm just very loud?
No. That would be for your individual Skype audio that's coming in. But instead of me giving a shit about that, I just mute that and use my desktop audio. Okay.
I see.
Hey, the right characters are coming up too. I fixed that. Yeah. If you hover over the Twitch page.
Nice.
But yeah, we are
We're live.
We're live.
Vamping.
We're
Vamping.
live. We're vamping. Yeah, no, we've been live. But we're vamping, and well, Prowess fixes their internet. We got to learn. You won't learn this, but we got to learn a little bit about Ryan's personal life, which was good. That was nice. It's strange and hectic. And I'm afraid for Kadesh at all times. I'm afraid for Kadesh's safety in a lot of situations.
I'm really trying to stay out of these streets, but
yeah, right.
The streets be calling me sometimes.
Sometimes,
much like this game, the streets are going to be calling you.
Yeah, the streets are a key function of this game. That is true. This is a very streets-heavy game. Let's just test the. I'm just going to test the battle map version of it. The fighting page, just to see if it's loaded correctly. It is. Okay, good. Oh, hey, I don't want that.
There we go. Yay! Now you can see our beautiful artwork.
There. There we are.
That's what the people want.
Yep.
And then let me move that out of the way.
That's what you gotta know about us.
I just realized I'm finishing my meal now, and that's what I was doing.
This is just branding, Dash. No, it was so funny, like uploading the VOD for this and going back and then remembering. It's like, I'm trying to get in around when you're eating. It's just so hard to do. No, it was so funny, like uploading the VOD for this and going back and why am I getting my audio? Back and then remembering. It's like, I'm trying to get in around when you're eating. It's just so hard to do. No, it was so funny, like uploading the VOD for this and going back and why am I getting my audio? And then remembering. It's like, I'm trying to get in around when you're eating. It's just so hard to do. No, it was so funny. It's like uploading the VOD for this and going back and
yeah. Make sure that your audio and video are turned off in the Roll20 settings.
Well, it should be. Hold on. I have an idea.
Protect us from ourselves, game owner. Okay, hold on. Live art.
Yeah.
It's so hard to freehand this. My shaky little hands.
Right? It's part of the challenge and the charm, I find.
I had to reset my password.
I think it's actually Tia's audio in Roll20.
I think I'm back. What in the goddamn hell is happening on Twitch?
The struggles.
Bruh.
Okay, am I here? Okay, can you?
You are.
Yeah.
And I need you to mute your
excited.
Roll20 audio for me. So if you could
Yes.
mute that, mute your mic on Roll20.
You might be for some reason, Tia, I see you like in Roll20 but not here. So you might be able to turn off your I don't know how you turn off your video and sound for Roll20.
I can see Tia.
It's
Tia
under
Prowess
settings
is in here.
at the very bottom.
Prowess is in here.
So I am muted on row 20. I don't know why it's not showing me. Then can you see me now?
Yeah, we can all see you.
Is my face here?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wonderful.
Camille's Skype is racist, and so it doesn't. You can only see so many people of color at any given time. That isn't Camille's fault. They were just raised that way.
I benefit from the privileges of future present and future Skypes. Yeah, you know.
You had to remember. You had to remember the time that Camille downloaded Skype. It was a different time.
Like, oh my god! Shut the fuck up.
Well.
Okay, let me.
So I'm supposed to say I don't want to broadcast to others, so I turn off video votes.
Yeah, on Roll20, you can turn off all of your like talking or broadcasting or anything like that, since we're using Skype for the audio. And that's because, I mean, I know that there might be people that's like, well, I prefer Zoom, but nobody prefers Roll20's audio. No one's like, but Roll20's VoIP calling is so good. It is an afterthought and absolutely needs people to spend money on it.
So this drop down isn't like responding to my clicks.
I might have. We're about to find out if it's going to be a problem.
Oh my icon just loaded. It should take forever to load for me. Like everybody else. Oh, there we go. Nothing.
Okay.
Broadcast nothing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any audio from anybody on it.
Nothing. I ain't broadcasting shit. Oh man.
Welcome to the Waterdeep Dragon Ass. Waterdeep in that Dragon Ass. Very good.
Waterdeep in that Dragon Ass.
It's okay. That's a surprise for everyone else later that I just ruined. So.
Yeah.
Waterdeep. Hey, girl, let me pee in that butt.
Pee in that butt. All right.
I mean, it was necessary.
Was it necessary? That's what you would.
Yes, it was.
All right. Well, we're back. A dinosaur tale.
I love that. It's got John Goodman.
I love that. That is my favorite. The songs. Okay.
I'm still getting audio from you know what?
From me?
Yeah, from you.
Where do you
in Roll20? I can see it happening in Roll20.
I was about to say not me because my joint.
I'm muted in Roll20.
Maybe your broadcast is on. I don't
Hold on.
know.
Yeah, you gotta scroll all the way down on the sidebar.
Yeah,
what about now? Can you hear me now?
Like we can hear you here. I gotta retest Roll20 because I've got to I've got to close it, otherwise it loops. Because as a DM I don't hear you, but as a play on my player login I do. Because they got to make it complicated, and they don't have Twitch integration, even though they're the most popular streaming. It's a bad program.
It may be because my camera's on, but it should not be show. My camera should not be showing technically.
No, your camera's not.
I am.
It's not.
It's off. Okay. So I just double checked. I'm muted on both audio and video.
Okay.
On Roll20.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any of your audio come through.
No, it was just happening for just a hot bit, and that means that if it comes through on my side, then it's going to echo.
Yes. This is why we start over half an hour later for Through the Mill. Yeah.
I don't know why there's so many settings and platforms and like so hard.
I love kind of like the Big Bopper. That's done. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yo, I was, I haven't. All I'm gonna say is this sriracha mayo dip from Wendy's is fucking fire.
Sriracha mayo. Oh yeah, I need that.
This joint is hard.
Okay. All right. I think I've hashed most of the technical issues out. We'll just find out about it as we go. And we may or may not have map broadcast, but we'll try that as we are, because I can always fix it on my own.
Let's fuck around and find out.
Let's just fuck around and find out as friends.
Yes, where's my mask?
Take a double staff is also.
I was like, is Celine here? Wait, I had my mask on when I went to go get vaccinated, and they were all like, I love your mask, and I was like, oh, then let's fuck around and find out. Yeah, my friend Celine made this, but you can't have it though. But yeah, it's I made quite a stir.
Beauty in the eye of the beholder, yearning in the yawning portal. We are back to Waterdeep. We are back to Dungeons and Dying of Exposure, the second episode of the Waterdeep Dragon Heist Booty Pea Saga. I'm going to recap the last episode, but before we get to that recap, how about we do proper introductions? We're gonna start with. Let's start with you, Dash.
Hey, I'm Kadesh. I am trying to get in an appropriate headspace for this occasion because I had a very interesting day. That's me.
That's Dash. And then right below Dash, we're not going to do you last this time, even though you deserve to be last.
Hi, I'm Camille. I play Front. She's a halfling, kinda, and a druid, mostly.
No, don't. She shouldn't sell herself short. She's all halfling and all druid. Because she's level 1 and she doesn't really have a lot of choices. Let's slide over to the person that I described as a bad person in the VOD on YouTube. I think he knows who he is because there's not a lot of options left.
What up? My name is Aaron. I will be playing a dragonborn named Dragon. Or Dragon.
You're like playing. It's like playing a guy named Guy.
Dragoon.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
It's like playing a guy named Guy. You're a dragonborn named Dragon. And best for last. Finally, part of the Oops All Spellcasters crew.
Yes.
Tia.
Caster Master. I am Prowess the Testament, and I am playing Chesme Eshriel. A dragonborn kind of wizard with a killing heart. I don't know.
Yeah.
Optimist with the... She likes to take them out early.
So
there's no fucking around. There is only finding out.
There's only finding out. Last time on Waterdeep Dragon Heist, before it was named the Booty Pea Saga, our group of disparate adventurers found themselves wandering to Waterdeep, many with the prompting of a personally signed and invited book from a person by the name of V, inviting them to come see the infamous Yawning Portal, which they do all eventually gather at and kind of discover what all the hype is about. Mainly that there's a giant portal to the Undermountain in the middle of a tavern, and they keep telling people not to go in there. And then they got to watch some, for lack of a better word, Chads drop in there and got to hear them die. All was going well. Typical meet and greet, bunch of strangers gathering in a tavern. Couldn't be more classic D&D until a fight broke out between a half-orc and a number of bandits, which they involved themselves in to differing degrees. For
some reason.
For reasons that's what the module says that they should do. Because Frond basically wanted to do it. Really, it was all Frond's fault. They involved themselves in the fight. They did help the half-orc out and prevented her from getting beaten near to death, which she promptly thanked them by saying, "Thanks, but I didn't need your help," and walked off. And all seemed like it would return to visiting and normal tavern talk until a large troll crawled up out of the portal inside the Yawning Portal Tavern, covered in dead and living attacking sturges, screaming in pain and fury. And that is where we left off last time. So let's see if the transition here works and everything does what it's supposed to. Woo.
Woo!
Nope.
Hey.
No, it's not going to do that. Okay, let's try it.
Another battle.
Yeah, right.
Battle.
It's almost like the DM knew that it would just be battles. You can ignore this chat.
I'll fight another battle. Hell
Want
yeah.
it to go away.
Hey, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. You didn't use all of your spells at all.
I'm just gonna look up what my character voice is from last week real quick.
Why you gotta hide my totally sweet roll?
So we are gonna go to
Hey.
roll up a little bit here, roll over a little bit here, get you all more centered, and then we are going to, we'll call it reveal the problem.
I'm saying like that because that's like gospel sing prayer, and we might need,
You might. Help. It's fine. It's a troll. It's only a challenge rating 5. You're level 1s. You'll be good.
Wait, but there's only 4 of us.
Yeah. Yeah, there are only 4 of you. So as you can see, there's the troll. No, I'm gonna kill you episode 2. That's good. That's good content. That's good content.
Hell no.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
No.
I see.
Hell no.
Roll new characters.
Hell no.
All these things climb out too?
Yeah, the little sturges climb out too.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's what you get.
So the lesson that we're being taught is don't help strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most Dungeons and Dragons parties don't even need to be taught that. I feel like they just kind of start with like,
yeah, right.
So I try to at least start a little stupid.
There we go. So now it's all reset appropriately.
People are talking about how they wish they were more inebriated in the chat, and I'm just gonna.
You can drink during this. Now, like normal, as with all dying of exposure Twitch streams, if you donate money or subscribe or follow or whatever you want to do, you can affect the outcome of the game. It is a pay-to-win microtransaction game, as always.
Since you say that, as a patron of the Dying of Exposure Patreon,
you're not
like to just
Dying of Exposure doesn't have a Patreon. Aaron, Low Armor Cast does. That's not Dying of Exposure. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
You say pay to win, but sometimes it feels a little bit more like pay to punish.
Yeah, you can also punish the players too.
He's also that kind of dungeon mommy.
Yeah. Feel free to. If you give me enough money, I'll straight up kill one of the players' characters. I don't care. It'll always be Aaron. It will 100% be Aaron's character every time.
I would legit find that hilarious and wouldn't mind. So if that were to happen to anyone, it would be me.
Yeah.
Donate $100 and we'll just instantly kill his characters. Nonetheless, so we are in like trolls screaming. You all have just handled the bandits. You didn't really get too hurt. I think only one of you got any kind of real damage from them. But you handled the bandits. There's been no real time in between them, no short rest or anything like that. And this monster comes up. He's clawing at these sturges, and he already looks bleeding. Like he's already looking like hurt and clawed at and scratched. And so he's screaming in pain and in anger. The whole rest of the tavern is just immediately in a panic. And tavern, like the patrons are just like backing away and running off out of the way. to try and put some distance between themselves and this horror. So what do you all decide to do? I move some of these boys away.
Fuck shit up. Let
me first ask.
Can we
sorry.
run out of the tavern and let the other adventurers take care of this?
Yeah, dragon, roll an insight roll on that.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Where did my thing go? There it is. Insight rolling. I got 23 total. Or wait, should I roll in roll 20?
No, 23 is fine. You can just verbalize it. You don't have to roll more.
Okay. I clicked it in the DnDBeyond, but yeah. Okay, I'll do it in roll 20 from now on.
Oh, yeah, fuck shit up.
Put them on the...
Hey. Fuck up patrol.
Okay, so you look around and there's not a lot in here that honestly looks like it's a real, like, significant adventurers like you. The bandits certainly might have been able to help, but they got roused out because they were jerks. You do see that the half-orc, who's sort of sitting across from all of you at the at the portal, or on the other side of the portal there, is she's beginning to stand up, and she doesn't look like she's bolting. But the only other person that doesn't seem like they're panicking is two. There's there's gotta get her thing. There's Bonnie, the server that had been working with you, and Durnan, the bartender, are the only other two that don't seem like they're trying to make their way out.
I believe Bonnie could throw some hands.
Just out of curiosity, is the diameter of this considered, let's say, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? Okay, depending on where okay, cool.
What kind of D&D bullshit are you about to pull?
It's not bullshit. It's actually a very simple plan, which is called Ocean Avenue. No, that's not a Simple Plan song.
No, that's a different Simple Plan-like band.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got a simple plan of a sorts.
Oh, okay. So yeah, as far as you can understand, Dragon, there are a few people that look like they might be dealing with this. Two of them are employees. One of them's the orc, the half orc. Other than that, everyone is bolting out. But you are in a position where you could just bounce. The only other person that isn't really moving away is Maloon, the gentleman, the blonde gentleman, blonde bearded gentleman that was very excited about things earlier. Yeah,
that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
he's a big fan of chaos. So he's like, this is great. I love it. Excellent.
Awesome.
You guys are great. He's super hammered.
Well, I'm down to, like, at least try to fight, and we can always bolt if it gets a little too hairy.
Yep. Okay, so what I am going to do, because this is technically a new encounter, is have everybody roll initiative.
Yay! I hate that.
Alright.
Okay, so I
What's
think
my drawing again?
let's see if I can do this in roll 20. So if you're rolling,
So the easiest way to do it is just /R and then 1D whatever, or blank D blank.
what if do I add my initiative modifier?
Yes, you do.
You can do that manually.
How do
Where
I
did
do
you
that?
type that in? The /R thing. Sorry.
In the
chat.
In the
yeah,
chat.
in the chat. Yeah, so /R. So like if your modifier is like +2, you do /R space 1d20 +2.
For the space between 1d20 or
/R and yeah, you got it.
I did it.
Hey.
It is off.
For a whole
Super
7
great.
and a 5.
Yeah, we're doing.
Yo!
Yeah, it's good.
I
Come
think,
on, dog.
and I'm gonna
Damn, I
test
got
this out.
one. Jeez Louise.
We're
I
gonna
got
be
one,
eaten
he's
by
racist.
sturges and
All right.
smushed by a troll.
I'm gonna do
This-
something.
oh,
This is
20
just me
dice.
doing it with Shujaa. So give me a moment. I'm just rolling something to see if it works. It's not actually the roll. I just want to see if it does it on. Okay, okay. So you all can, if you all open a tab with your D&D Beyonds and you want to just use your D&D Beyond character, it should roll automatically in Roll20 because I'm logged into all of your characters. So if you'd rather just click the buttons rather than type the numbers and letters.
I find it ironic that after I said these die races, you gave me an athletics roll, by the way, Steve.
I cannot. There are so many things that I would riff on if we were not in public. If it was just us playing around the table with that comfort and trust that I'm lying and acting like an ass instead of being an ass. I guess both. What are the initiatives? Frond, what's your initiative?
Oh, your girl got a 7.
Dragon, initiative.
Wait, so how do we...
my initiative is 18.
18.
Okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this actual roll in D&D Beyond?
In D&D
Beyond, you're just gonna click the initiative button.
Yeah, click the number. Yeah, there's literally a +4 under your initiative.
Yeah, so click that.
Just click it, and it should auto roll it.
Yep.
And let's see if that comes up.
Let's see.
It may or may not.
I just clicked it.
Okay.
Did a dice roll across your screen?
Did a dice roll on your screen or no?
No. It looks like it's. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's cool.
Right.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay,
right.
That doesn't show up on Roll20, but I don't care. So if you'd rather do that, you can just tell me. I don't care if things show up in the Roll20 chat or not. I just trust people. It's a 12.
12.
Yeah, because I'm not even going to be looking at the chat normally. And then Chessmay, what did you get for your initiative?
1.
1.
Oh no.
Yes.
Seems good.
No,
That's what you want, right?
I did not roll on D&D Beyond, though. I just did the dice roller on Roll20.
That's fine. That's 100% fine. Dragon, you had an 18, was it?
Yep.
Okay.
18.
Then Dragon, you are. It's funny that you were the one who was like judging whether or not you even wanted to be involved in this. You go first.
Sweet. All right, so I am going to move here. Hold on a second. Let me take a quick look at Thunderwave. Thunderwave range is self 15 feet cube, so that means hold on.
I assume you want to do it in the way that just doesn't hit Shujaa.
Yeah, if possible. Let's because it's a 15-foot cube. Which means it looks like unless I go all the way over here, it's gonna hit somebody.
You could if you wanna do that. The Sturges are small, are small creatures, and they're flying, so you can just move kind of through them.
Okay.
They could theoretically take attacks of opportunity on you, but I actually have to roll to see if they're going to bother.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to get yourself into a position. I think you'll have enough movement to do it. I would rule it that way that you could just get. What?
This is you, Kadesh?
Yeah, that's Dash.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your reflex save? Or wait, Constitution. Sorry, what's your Constitution saving throw?
Constitution save. It looks like.
Is that how big Thunderwave is?
Yep. 15-foot. Wait a minute. Let me read
No, it's not a radius. Yeah, it should just be originating forward from you, not around you.
It says, okay, yeah, 15-foot cube originating
so
from
that's
you.
5,
okay.
10,
yeah, so
3.
that's on one side.
Okay,
so you could absolutely manipulate this in a way that Shujaa does not get hit. If you just get yourself into, kind of just put yourself kind of up toward the top of the...
it's 3 by 3.
Yeah, it's just 3 by 3.
Thunderwave is 3 by 3, Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you just move up one, if you just move up one, right in front of that top left Sturge there.
I think that. Yep. Okay. So that's a 15-foot cube from where I'm standing right there.
Yeah.
And then whoop.
Yep, you'll be right out of him.
Perfect.
Does that hit the troll?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Troll is
Perfect.
large. He is in that space.
All right.
George.
Okay. So what am I rolling?
you are rolling a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I hope that trolls aren't good at Constitution.
Yeah, same.
He looks sickly.
There's the trolls. Troll got a 17. So I assume that passes.
Yep.
And then let me hit the Sturgies.
The Sturgies. That's so cute.
Nope.
Ooh,
and
good damage,
no.
though. I got 14, so that's 14 damage to each of them, except Troll, he gets 7 damage.
Yeah, because it's half.
And does not get pushed.
Well, the other two would get pushed. Like, these guys absolutely would get pushed, except the Thunder Wave is enough to just instantly kill them.
So their bodies go flying.
Their bodies, they just make little, like, yeah noises.
Just
Yo, breaking the wall this is real quick. So the homie from the excursion today, she also sent me home with a bag of snacks, and it's got Starburst in it. I just got excited. That's all.
Oh, you should be excited. Starburst is a top shelf candy. Top tier.
This is like top tier hookup cat territory right here. She sent me home with fucking candy.
With a goodie bag. You went to a party, and those are the party favorites.
Yeah.
Is there a little bouncy ball in there, or a sticky hand?
Nah, but there's some
No, the sticky hands were from the previous.
Ooh, what's that? What's that supposed to mean? Sticky hand.
No.
Okay.
That's right. That's for later.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
shooting.
And earlier.
This is
shouldn't be
absolutely
sticky,
adult
I
of
don't
us.
think.
We are adult people.
Local adults do adult things tonight.
All right, so,
8:15 PST.
Dragon, you slam two Sturges off into the distance with Thunderwave, and then the troll, injured, screams, but his hide is just extremely strong. You can tell, though, now having attacked him, Dragon, and with your previous insight roll, that this is not a troll at full capacity.
Okay.
This is not like, this is someone he's so wounded already that though he's still strong, though he's still dangerous, he's not like 84 hit points dangerous, is what I'm basically saying. But
so the impression I'm getting is that this troll has probably been getting pissed off from all the adventurers coming down into his home from this place, and has finally gotten fed up and is coming up to deal with them.
in fact, do you do anything else on your turn, Dragon? You moved, you did a main action. Do you have a bonus?
Yeah, I moved and I attacked. I'm good.
In fact, the troll lumbers in your direction because you're the one who attacked him. And he just crushes like a table. Crushes a table that's under his feet, and is like, if you had home invaders, wouldn't you want to implement some sort of stand your ground rule? And then he just reaches out and much like a person defending stand your ground, attacks someone unrelated to the entirety of you've not been in the Yawning Portal.
Jesus.
It's just like, you look like an adventurer, like one of them bad types. All right. Oop. We need to remember that. Okay, so he's gonna attack, and he's gonna attack big.
All right.
What's your AC?
13.
Ooh, this is not gonna be strong. That's
Oh,
one.
good.
That's a hit. We're just
All
gonna
right.
roll all the attacks first, and then we're gonna see how bad it is for you.
All the attacks.
Sleep.
Okay, quick question before you get into anything. Is there a limit to how many reactions you can make in
You can make one reaction per round, but you can
Gotcha.
make it at any time in the round.
Perfect.
And so I'm okay. The last one does not hit. So 2 of them hit. 1 of them did not.
All right.
He bit you and he clawed you. His second claw misses. I'm gonna do the damage for the bite first because your hit points are not high.
Nope.
That's a
Right.
that's a 5.
5
damage.
Wow. All right. So I'm
still
at
standing?
1 hit point. Yeah,
Okay.
but real quick, before you go on to the next
Yeah.
one, I'm going to do my reaction. Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 feet, whoops, let me close that. Within 5 feet that you see hits you with an attack, you use your reaction to cause this creature to make a Dex saving throw, DC 14.
Yeah.
Or it takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage. My choice. Half damage on success.
All right,
So
I'm going to roll that
the
Dex
damage.
save.
That's 11 damage. Full damage.
Hey.
That's 11 damage.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Hit me with the other one. Knock me out. Let's do it.
All right, and immediately with the claw. Oh wait, no. Ignore that. That was not the appropriate roll. That was me rolling it to attack again. Ooh, that's gonna be 10 big damage. Now we're not playing with full death rules. You're just out.
Okay. So am I effectively at 0?
You're at 0. Yeah.
Okay.
In theory, because I would have brought you to the same amount, I think, than your max hit points, that would be a critical damage, and you would just automatically die. But like I said, I'm, guardrails on the first few battles here. You're level 1.
What is it? It's bumpers in
it's bumpers in bowling.
Bowling.
You've got bumper bowling until you have enough levels where I feel like you can make choices not to die. But nonetheless, so Dragon gets knocked out, but not after doing a significant amount of damage to this troll, who is struggling with the pain of lightning and force thunder put into him. Dragon just a little too metal for this troll's taste. It is now Shujaa's turn. Shujaa, it is your turn.
I'm out of spells, right?
I believe so. Let me double check your character sheet, but I believe so.
Yeah, the number of slots you have. So you probably have cantrips if you have cantrips, which you can use at any time.
Yep.
And then it'll have a slots button, and if it's filled in with red squares, that means that.
And I filled them in for you last session. So yeah, you are out of spells.
Okay. So I look at Dragon and I'm like, Dragon! And in the background I hear, it's so hard to say goodbye yesterday. And I take steps back and I roll out my firebolt cantrip. I take a lot of steps back because I gotta get that motherfucker to look strong, so I gotta get the fuck back. So can I do that myself? Can I do that?
You should be able to grab as long as you're on the right layer.
Hey, step back, lean back, lean back, lean back. All right.
Maloon looks at you and he's like, yeah, it's probably best to not be next to the troll. Seems like a good idea to me.
And then, firebolt, which is just, it looks like another 1d10 situation. So I'm going to tap this +6 right here for damage. So, first of all, fuck Chick-fil-A. But this roll just made me sigh like when I went to Chick-fil-A back in the day and I realized it was a Sunday. Because I rolled a 9.
A 9. Ooh. As you might imagine, a 9 probably ain't going to hit that troll's AC. No, it does not. It does not hit the troll's AC. So the troll just sort of leans to the side of that firebolt and then waves his big fat troll finger at you and he's like, no.
I didn't mean you lean back. That just was for me.
You said the dance move. You know, I enjoy. No, I can't. There's so many jokes I would make that are just wholly inappropriate. Hinting this person is the one that I enjoy groovy music sometimes. There you go. There's the sitcom. Lean back. So, Shujaa, if that is the end of your turn, there are only 2 flapping around Sturges. The other ones are kind of attached to his body. Left, and they are gonna come in. And come in here. And they're going to actually attack our little guy here, our troll guy here, because that's who they were attacking when they came up. Oh. So that's who they want to do it. So they're going to attack the troll boy, and they're going to do their little multi-attacks. Wait, do they have multi-attacks? No, they have. Blood Drain. Let's hit him. It's 2 attacks. That one definitely is going to hit. We'll just do the damage right out. So that does a nice 6 damage to him.
Who is it?
That one does not. This is all hitting the troll. Okay. Yeah, they're just continuing to fight the troll because you saw there were ones on the troll's body. He was clawed up. It's almost like they're there to help you defeat a troll when you're level 1. But you didn't know that, and admittedly, I did roll off camera to see if they would attack the troll or pick a new target. But
this whole time I just assumed they were all there to kill us. But then, like, just now for a few seconds when you said that they were attacking him, I was like, wait, did I fuck up attacking the troll? Like, could he have been friendly? And like,
no,
maybe. Okay,
no.
All right. Well, I don't feel as conflicted over
You're fine. This troll is a bad guy. This is a module. Troll bad.
Yeah.
This is not a Steve campaign where all of the villains are actually just like good-looking white people. Affluent white folks. Next on the order is Frond. Frond, you just watched Dragon go down. You just saw Shujaa miss. You saw Maloon take a drink, and Chesme hasn't gone yet.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out my options here. So, Thornwhip pulls. I want to pull him into the chasm because that seems easy-ish. So 5, 10. No, because then I'll be attack of opportunity. I think 5, 10, 15. I think what is my movement? 25, 30. 15.
25 or 30.
No, it's 25, 15, 20, 25. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, I can still get one of those little Sturges out of the way with the Thorn Whip, so I'm going to do that because it's 30-foot reach. So I've moved away, and I'm going to cast Thorn Whip. So let me see if I can hit. I'm just going to roll a real dice from the real world. 16 to hit the Sturge.
Yeah, that'll hit a Sturge.
That shit, yeah.
Excellent. It's
that'll
not
hit
a lot
a
of
big
damage.
bat creature. Although their AC is actually pretty high, but it's because they're small and they move.
I only do 2 damage.
What do I have to roll to resist it?
You don't. It's a hit. It's an attack roll.
Oh, so it just automatically succeeds if it hits.
Correct.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's worth pulling it, but I think I'm just gonna leave it where it's at and pull 0.
Well, it's fine. It would have been fine for you to pull it to dispose of the body because 2 damage is all that it has, and it just dies.
Well, then
so now it's just
I
attached to the troll. Now it's just attached to the troll's body, dead. It's hanging by its fangs.
Excellent. And I helped.
You did help. Chessmate, it's finally your go.
I can't hear you.
Might be muted.
Or you might have disconnected somehow. I think we lost. Okay, no, we have. Okay, never mind. Yes.
Yeah, she's
earlier. I couldn't see prowess on stream.
We still cannot hear you. Weirdly.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
No. Sing the own song.
You can feel free to type in the chat, whether it's our Skype chat or what have you, what you would like to do while we're doing it. You'll probably have to just disconnect and reconnect.
Promise.
If it's
Can you
not
type it out? Cause we need to understand what you're doing. Don't. We in a fight and we're going through it. Don't. Prowess, what you doing? Oh no, we lost her. What's gonna cost us? This cost us.
Sturge's pissing you off. Yeah, what do you want to do? You want to attack the one of the remaining Sturges? There's one left. Get rid of the one. They proceed.
Right.
Yeah!
Yay!
Tavern, okay.
Just fell into the portal a little bit.
Yeah, these Sturges are fucking with me. Okay, listen. My AC is not rolling with the Sturges or any of the homies or none of them. So I'm gonna have to play it safe here.
Fine, that's fine. You're a wizard. That's what you're supposed to do.
So let me see. Trying to locate myself actually on the board here.
You are down toward the bottom, just south of Maloon.
Oh, okay.
She gonna find her position.
I'd love. Thank you, Dash. Yes, I need that. Don't fuck with the yo-yo.
I'm gonna buy.
I think. See, I gotta play. I'm happy with my position right now.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Because I don't want to fuck around and find out anything because I can't sustain it. And yeah, one of these bloodthirsty Sturge asses might catch me. So
put the boots to him.
Dive into the hole. It's the only escape.
But yeah, it looks like you've still got both of your level 1 spell slots because you didn't use any of them beforehand.
I did not. Yes.
Yeah. So you still got your fireball, your lightning lure, which are just cantrips, as well as your level 1 spots.
Only thing, my lightning lure, I don't think it's going very far. I could use firebolt.
Yeah.
I've got enough distance to execute that.
That's exactly what you want to do.
I think I'm gonna go ahead for the firebolt. Yes.
You can actually, even if you wanted, back up a little bit if you were super scared.
Yeah, I might. I'm a little nicked by the fact that Maluma is a little too close.
Yeah, you could literally back up all the way to the back wall of the tavern if you want to. You have 30 movement, and that's 25 feet away. So you could get real distant from the action. Since Firebolt has 120 feet of range, it can pretty much hit everything in the tavern.
Exactly. And I think I'm gonna go for that.
Okay.
But I need to roll, right?
Yep. So roll your attack. It's +6 on your Firebolt.
Excuse me.
Ooh, yeah.
21's definitely gonna hit. And then your Firebolt is 1d10 damage. So roll 1d10.
Hold on. I'm
Panics. No. And he explodes in fire. I see that 7. The Sturge just bursts into flames and
the stairway to heaven.
Yeah, particle effects cascade down. I'm just getting rid of this Sturge. I forgot to delete. Go away. And so the Sturge is gone. Do you move back the 20 plus feet or so to get about as far away from the action as you can? Yes, Ben?
I think so. Yes.
Here, I'll just drag you down because I'm on top of you.
If you can drag me, yes.
Yep. And so for those watching the stream, I'm not going to zoom out far enough for Chesme to be in view for most of the time, but I will for this time. Chesme is down all the way down here. A solid 50 plus feet away from the troll, which is right where you want to be when you have an AC of 9. It's right where you want to be when you have an AC of 9.
Not messing with them.
So the Sturges are gone. The Sturges are gone. We've hit the bottom of the round, and at that point, Maloon just kind of glances around, and he looks at Dragon's fallen body, and he's like, "Oh, that's hardly fair." And then he just sort of lumbers drunkenly over there. And over there, and he just stands by you, and he's like, heal him, punch the troll, and he's literally standing next to the troll. Heal him, punch the troll. Oh, fuck it, I'll heal him. And he just kneels down and he opens up your maw, Dragon, and he grabs a little like bottle off of his belt loop and just looks at it, takes a sip himself, realizes that it's the wrong bottle, changes, goes to a different bottle, smells that one, nods, and pours it in. Aaron, roll 1d4 plus, what is it, 1d4 plus 4? Or plus 2? For a regular 5e potion. I think it's...
That sounds like a basic baby potion.
I have no idea. I've never touched a potion in all the years I've played D&D. I'm just realizing.
Hold on.
A potion of healing is 2d4.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, so roll 2d4 plus 2, and that's how much you'll heal.
All right.
That's just like a normal potion of healing.
Yay!
Nice. Yay!
Almost a full. You are back up, and that was at the very bottom.
That's all.
Bottom of the round. Literally right before your turn, Dragon, it is your turn again. And then Maloon just stands there. Maloon just stands there with his hand like down to you to offer to help you up.
Okay. Oh yeah. So because standing takes an action and stuff. Huh?
It doesn't take an action. It takes half your movement. So
Half
you normally
my
have
movement.
30 feet of movement. It takes 15 feet, or rather, it works out that it takes you a few seconds to stand. So you don't have all of those seconds to move. That's how it works out in the game narrative. But mechanically, it just reduces your movement by half. Getting up from Poe.
Okay. Cool. I almost said scratch. Dragon takes the man's arm and lets himself be pulled up.
Yeah.
And he says, "Poseidon's blessings. Thank you." And turns to the troll, takes the anchor off his back, and swings.
Ooh, get him. Get him, Dragon. Get him.
Hey.
That does not hit. Damn it. That would have been cool if it did.
What did you
It
roll?
would have been great.
I rolled a 7 to hit, but that's on a natural 1. So crit fail.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
definitely
if you do crit
doesn't.
fails.
I don't punish for them. You just fail. I only punish for them on saves, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But so when you miss, Maloon like dodges back a little bit, and to make sure he also doesn't get hit by your anchor, and he goes, "A constructive criticism. You need to maybe don't fight with like ship parts. Like there's a sword. Like you're gonna see if the troll is still here by the end of this round. You're gonna see that I have like a weapon." I can direct you to like a weapon. Anyway,
this is both a holy symbol of my order and a weapon.
Oh well,
the weapon one needs.
I didn't mean to offend that. The troll's just gonna immediately go and attack both of you, but this time he is going to split up his attacks because there's 2 things in front of him. So he's gonna try and first he's gonna try and bite you again because it worked last time and you tasted delicious. 15 is going to beat that AC on that bite.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's going to roll his damage for that.
10 damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
And then he's going to go at Maloon, and he's going to claw the fuck out of Maloon. Does he hit Maloon with that? I have to recheck Maloon's AC. He does not. Maloon just knocks him away, knocks his first attack away. And is he going to hit him with the second one? Yes. And he lays into Maloon for a solid 10 points of damage, which looks like a claw across his face. And instead of it actually injuring this big, blonde, bearded guy, it just sort of shaves half his beard. So he's kind of got like a Navi aesthetic going on right now, where half of his face is suddenly clean shaved. And it's just like, oh, God, I'm going to have to get this evened out at the barber. God, I look a fool right now. And then, that's all that happens with the troll, and the troll just groans. At this time at this round, you also those that glance back finally see Durnan, the barkeep, just grabs his sword and he starts making his way around the bar. But for the moment, he doesn't want to get involved quite yet. He's like, Shujaa, it's you again.
I'm watching you.
Hey, yo, look, we gotta try Firebolt again.
You simply must.
Hell yeah.
You simply must.
I can inject it, bro. Like,
yeah, once you get your next level, Shujaa, you can get in there with the sword. But until then, maybe just stay and keep your distance.
Yeah, I gotta chill out. I ain't trying to. I talk shit, but I'm not reckless. You know what I'm saying? We gotta play chess a little bit.
Yep.
It's a 16 to hit.
That's gonna hit the troll. That's gonna hit him.
Hey. All right, so /R and then D10. 1D10. Is that right?
Yeah, 1D10.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just 2 wizards just firebolting.
That's
twice the power.
That's gonna be 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
With an H. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
DIH. Exclamation mark. like
yeah. With all of the Sturges, with the mighty war cry of Shujaa, as he lays into this troll, some of the trolls like matted hair just kind of gets further singed, as he was already singed from the Sturge being evaporated on top of him when Chesme did it last round. We are all the Sturges are gone, so we are immediately to Frond. Frond, it is your turn.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to move just a little bit. So 5, 10. Okay. Wait. I have to go one more. Hold on. 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. I think it's hard to tell with the shape. I can't really see the the squares very well, but I believe I'm still within 30 feet of the troll.
We did the math. 5, 10, 15, 5, 30. Yeah, you just catch his bottom corner.
Fuck yes, good.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll my thorn whip, and hope that I do good. What is that? 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit the troll. A 24. A 24 is going to hit everything all the time. There is no time which a 24 is not hitting a thing. If you're ever playing in a D&D campaign and someone's like, their AC is higher than 24, they're a bad DM and leave that campaign. There's nothing that's ever a 24 AC. Temporarily a 24 AC, yes. but not like a normal, just like that's their walking around Tuesday afternoon armor class.
You're walking around, you see. Okay, so I'm gonna roll my damage here, and I got just a 3 damage, but I am gonna pull it 10 feet.
Which
just isn't quite enough.
Double checking, Frond. Thorn Whip is what you used? Yes.
Yes. Yes. And 3 damage. I rolled with a real dice.
Pull the creature 10 feet. Yep, you do. You did it.
Yeah, because he's large, right?
He is large. I was like, I was seeing if it was based off your scale, but it is.
Nope.
We're gonna say you pull him that way. I'm gonna say you pull him diagonally toward you.
Yep.
So
and she goes, "You can crawl back down, or you can get yeeted back down. Pick one."
Hey, talk. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. This little jacked ass halfling is not fucking around.
Shit.
So we're back to Chesme. If that's everything for Frond, Chesme, it's on you. There are no Sturges left in sight. There's just this troll, and it looks like the group are definitely wailing into it a bit.
Did that not pull him closer to the thing?
It did, but you have to remember he's large, so this is 5 feet, and then this is another. Oh, I guess I can do it diagonally. You're right. I do actual diagonals. Give me a moment. I was doing it wrong.
No worries.
Diagonal. So yeah, he's on the edge. He is right up against Shujaa now, but
push him in.
Yeah. Man, that's
but
what
yeah,
I was hoping
Chesme, it is in theory your go.
Sorry, Shujaa.
Hey, look, Iron Man, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
Skype's a little bit of a struggle right now.
Oh, but his attack's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right, you know it's cool. We you know it's cool.
I don't think I have anything that can move anyone around anymore.
Just keep him there.
Yeah.
So you can in 5th edition.
All right, so I'm worried.
You're back. Yeah.
Okay.
Your lipstick looks great, Prowess. She froze right as I said. She probably totally missed it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Prowess, you have frozen.
Again? Okay, hold on a sec.
There you go. We got you now.
In chat, she said someone's giving my Skype a melee potion.
Yeah. We just heard you with the again.
Yeah. Like, what is happening?
I think we hear you now. You're good.
Okay, so I'm good. Okay.
Yeah.
You're good, and your lipstick is popping.
If they can hunt, they can hear. Yeah. Thank you. Yay.
All right. So with this one, we've got you're pretty distant actually still from this troll. You're solid 5, 10, 15, 20. You're like 40, 45 feet away from him. There's no other enemies left. The group does seem to be doing pretty well. So what do you want to do, Chesme? We lose them.
Yep. Chesme is
okay.
Not even in the Skype call now.
Yep, we are gonna come back to Chesme. We're gonna roll back to the top of the order. I'll give them have them say they're holding their action, give them some benefits. We're coming back in. Dragon. It is your go then. Oh wait, no. First, it's Maloon's go. Maloon just like glances around a little bit as this guy was pulled from him, and he's like, "Hey, and he stumble walks. He's pretty wasted. He stumble walks back toward the thing. Rolls his attack. I don't have here. I'll roll him in here. Oh, okay. Well, it should be D20 plus 8, so that's a 27 to hit. Okay, so that's gonna be 14 damage on his attack.
Nice.
And he's just like, not that I'm trying to steal your thunder or anything like that. I just don't like this troll.
I like unspoken. Yeah, not that I just got tired of watching you guys flail at him.
No, this is absolutely how this is built. It's basically an NPC helps you to kill this troll. Nonetheless, now it is in theory. I don't see them back yet. Now it is.
I'm back. I'm here.
You are back. Okay, you're here.
All right.
I am.
All right. So, Chessmate, it is your go.
Okay, dokie. So, let's see. How's our troll looking right now?
He's looking pretty hurt. He's looking like he's only maybe got a couple more blows in him before he's either fallen back into that yawning portal.
Yeah, he does.
Or just dying on the spot, depending on what the player who does it to him chooses.
Because I feel like I should take him out.
All right.
I feel like I should take him out, but let me see here.
Get after it, yeah.
Because I think here's my problem. I think I'm too far away from my lightning lure.
I will rule that you can close enough distance to lightning lure. If you move closer to him. So maybe
if I move closer.
Yeah, basically if you take your full movement to get yourself close enough to him, or almost your full movement, almost your full movement, you can get to him.
Maybe if I get like there.
No, you'll have to get Nope, that's not the thing that I want.
In proximity.
The one that's like an upside down cube.
There it is. You'll have to get essentially. You need to get into basically like. I will rule that if you get into one of these spaces here, on this line,
I could be fine.
Yeah. You'll be good.
That keeps me far away. Well, not but far enough away. I think.
Yeah. Also, he'd have to somehow go through Shujaa right now. Okay, so with lightning lure, I do a strength saving throw on it. So you don't have to roll anything. I do a strength saving throw. Counter, there it is. Need a third monitor just for the stream.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's.
I'm thinking about it.
Ooh, he's a strong boy, but a nat 3 on the die ain't gonna do it. So your lightning lure works. For damage, it looks like you. I don't know how much damage you rolled.
2.
2 damage. So 2 damage certainly doesn't kill him outright. However, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you get to move him around since I failed the strength save. Yes. Yep.
Yes. So wait.
We are going to play it a little different based off of how the spell is read. I'm just going to move your character appropriately so that this works, because I'm sure what you were trying to do is pull him into the portal. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me make that happen. So you move. We're going to have you move here, and then he moves in a straight line 10 feet towards you, which is 5 feet diagonal and down. And I'm going to call him, because he's a large creature. That is technically a straight line towards you. So he is in the open space of the yawning portal. With him being so large, I am going to roll for him to have a dex saving throw. to see if he can maybe get a grip with one finger, or one hand, to prevent himself from falling. So we're gonna see that. With a 4, he ain't gonna do it. And Chessmay, Chessmay just whips him with lightning and just. Like, Frond did it earlier with the whip, and then Chessmay completed it, and these two, just not even in threat. Dragon goes down, Shujaa was right next to him for a hot second, trying to get in there. There's Malone. Just Frond and Chessmay just like, we'll just drag him into the pit, guys. Just push him into the pit.
Just slowly pull him into
exactly.
So how are you not seeing this? And so he falls down into the pit, just truly furious, screaming. You hear him land at the bottom. He's alive, but he ain't coming back. The people remaining in the tavern just like cheer and clap. They're like, "Yay!" And Bonnie immediately goes to start clearing the wreckage left over by the troll, because it's the job. You got to clear it up. You all have cleared the troll. Maloon immediately is just like, yes, that's why I come to the Yawning Portal literally every day for a solid 6 to 10 hours. Just because stuff like this happens, and then you don't gotta have hobbies, right? You can just be here and stuff happens in front of you. It's great. I do have a hobby though. It's drinking. And I like to share my hobby with friends. And Maloon orders the rest of the group another round.
Yeah.
Maybe the first words he said to any of you, Durnan looks at the group of you and he's like, "Hey, nice job." And then he just goes back to his thing, because apparently almost everyone but Maloon is just like a stoic adventurer in Waterdeep. Yep, that is an accurate portrayal of what has physically happened to the troll down there. Excellent additional art assets there. At this time, all of the people around you have been settling back into their drinks and everything like that. Do you, Bonnie just brings back the drinks and stuff from Maloon to the table you all were sitting at, right where Frond is kind of wandering around and where you collect, and it just seems like a good old time was had until another troll. No, not another.
God.
Damn trolls.
Still here to fuck shit up. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Shits. With shits.
Frond is just kind of breathing heavily and like
with the shits.
Kind of grabbing at her bowl like.
Until I'm going to make sure I'm in the phase.
Yes. Hold on. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm taking a quick second break. Be right back. Bio break.
Whiskey. You ain't got to warn nobody.
We all know what it is. It's always... Okay, well, we'd like to take this moment and pause to discuss our sponsor today. Our sponsor is, I don't know.
Booty Sweat.
Wizards of the Coast. This is the official... No.
Yeah, we're the official Wizards of the Coast group. They looked at all of the different D&D groups that they could have had, and they're like, you'll find us on the WotC official Twitch next, or 2 weeks from today. No, I was gonna say our official sponsor is Cold McDonald's. Cold McDonald's for when you don't plan well, and you have to do something immediately after arriving to somewhere with your semi-lukewarm McDonald's that takes 15 minutes or more. Cold McDonald's is there for you.
Cold McDonald's is inedible.
Is it that bad? Oh yeah, you're right. Especially chicken nuggets. Like, oh, this meat isn't real.
Yeah. Chicken nuggets. Those fries, they barely have a shelf life hot. They are not edible cold. It's truly tragic.
Cold McDonald had a farm.
And it tastes
very
like
gross.
fake fat Play-Doh.
I bet you can eat. I bet the apple pie would be fine, not boiling lava hot. That's probably good. Cookies, you can't go wrong with the cookies. McFlurry, gotta be cold.
Cold.
The ice cream machine never works, so you don't actually taste it.
That's true.
Yeah, there's. I will say this as a person that's been eating a lot of chocolate sundaes from McDonald's recently because I'm a 5-year-old.
They're yummy.
They're yummy, but I've really begun to identify that they are not ice cream. They are ice with a milk product with them, and at no point do they like ever truly merge. I feel like it's a mosaic of flavors.
No,
that's how ice cream began.
It is how ice cream began.
Really, it's truer to its roots when you think about it. It's more authentic.
McDonald's, the true authentic ice cream, is what they should lead with.
Really caping for McDonald's right now. It's not like you actually get that anyway because the ice cream machine is still broken.
I only shop from neighborhoods where the ice cream machine is still working. I leave the Whole Foods and I go across the street to the McDonald's.
That's cold McDonald there.
Yeah.
Almost every March, I am tricked into thinking maybe this time the mint, like the green, the St. What's the St. Patty's Day one called? It's the shake.
Deep depression
Shamrock
and
shake.
sadness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, y'all know more than me.
Yeah. Every year, I'm like, this time it'll be good and not bad and not make my tummy hurt real bad. And then every year I am incorrect. But I keep going on that shamrock creep, and maybe one day. They don't even describe it as mint anymore. They just call it Shamrock Shake.
That's like how McDonald's has this whole like legend attached to the McRib, and then you eat a McRib,
like
and
anyone
you're like,
gives a fuck.
You eat a McRib, and you're like,
it's trash juice.
You're like, this is so bad. It's so
trash
bad.
Juice. It's in the ditch in the sun. And
I'm gonna tell you this right now. A Junior Baconator is like with barbecue sauce from Wendy's is 1,000% better than the McRib every day, and it's there for you for nothing.
Stack. I just had the bacon double stack. That shit was like heavenly. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with McGriddle though. I fuck with the McGriddle heavy.
And I'll dunk on McDonald's all day. That doesn't mean I don't eat it multiple times a week. I just dunk on it while I do it. I eat Totino's pizzas soggy from the microwave. Like clearly my standards are at the floor.
Do you like punishment, Steve?
No, I just like a wet burrito. I like a.
It's why he's the dungeon mommy.
I'm the dungeon mommy. It's because I don't know what it is. It's because I grew up eating Totino's pizzas from the microwave, not the oven, and so to me that's just how they're supposed to. So if I want a soggy pizza, which is a rare thing. But if I want one, there's only one way to go. 5 minutes in the microwave, cover that shit in powdered Parmesan cheese. Don't get classy. Powdered, and then you're good to go. You've got your gut bomb for the night. You're ready to take a nap.
Remove a patty from the Baconator, so you can get a single patty Baconator with double bacon. I don't like depriving myself of meat, so I probably can't rock with that. That doesn't seem like an interesting idea.
It's a good call, but like as far as if you're just thinking in overall about balance, but I'm also thinking about maximum calorie intake?
I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the McRib only comes back in times of economic downturn. I don't know if it brings the economic downturn.
It's a herald of it. One of the horsemen.
It's the horseman of an economic downturn.
People can't afford barbecues. So let's put the McRib back and market exclusively to black people with R&B music and animated black people. Oh yeah!
Finally, what I've been wanting.
You know who
They do that shit.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you're a white person watching this stream and you don't know about regional marketing of various corporations and how they market it to large black communities, especially if you're from a predominantly Caucasian city like, I don't know, Seattle.
Go
Go look on YouTube online it been posted. You'll find it, and it is glorious. And by glorious, I mean you will feel like you will definitely feel like, oh, but we've made progress is like lessened significantly by those statements.
Well, you know how like Pusha T used to talk about how much money he actually had? And I'd be like, bro, you've had like middling rap hits. You're a legend, but I don't know why you're talking about you having so much money. And then I found like he wrote the McDonald's jingle.
Yeah,
and I was like,
That's
they pay you to handle the black people.
If you've never heard Pusha T's McDonald's jingle, you don't live in a very diverse neighborhood. I'm just letting you know. It's they're not programming that there. They've got that's what's happening.
And they have like the smoothest sounding brother on the planet narrating that shit. It'd be like, yeah, and it's got the barbecue sauce with the slapping ribs between the two nice pieces of bread.
Betrayal of barbecue.
Push the very white-faced clown out of the picture, like, we don't know him.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Find That's what we get Umar Johnson with the hat. He's like, excuse me, my brother.
Ooh, what did I miss?
We've just been talking about McDonald's.
Within a podcast.
We were on a break. We've been talking about
Pusha T and McDonald's.
We're off the rails a little bit. I didn't do any plot. I just took a break while you were gone because the next part is important.
Okay.
And so as you all gather around the table back around with the free drinks served conveniently by Bonnie via the continued encouragement of alcoholism from Malone. And people are sort of settling down. Close to your table appears a just zoom from just dashing into the thing because of the way Roll20 works when I move things. Close to your table appears a man with kind of a spread out mustache and a long bushy beard. A traveler's hat. Wait, they probably wrote something for me to read here. Yeah. The figure who approaches you strokes his mustache, adjusts his floppy hat, and tightens his scarf. I can confidently say that Chessmate, you will recognize this person on the spot. Shujaa, you might. Dragon and Frond, you have no idea who this is. All right. Chessmate, this is Volo. This is the Volo from Volo's Guide. So you would know what he looks like. Shujaa, you probably know what he looks like. You definitely know him by name. And he literally just approaches the table with all of the confidence of someone who assumes that all of you immediately recognize him. Volothamp Gadam, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service. I'm so glad you could all receive my invitations. Please sit. Let me have one of Maloon's famous free rounds of drinks, Bonnie. And he just sits down right at your table as if he was immediately invited. And starts unpacking his little pack on the table with a stack of some pre-signed books of Volo's Guide to Monsters in his that he's been handing out on his book tour. And he looks and he's like, "Come, sit around. Let me talk to you about why I invited some of you here. I see you've made it, Chesme, you two Dragon, you as well, Shujaa, and a little weird friend, creature thing. Is your name is Frond? Your name is Frond, or did you just mispronounce the word friend?
Her name is Frond.
Her name is Frond. Okay, Frond. Excellent. Dragon
is very severe in the way he says it.
Please gather round. My name is, of course, Volo. I noticed what just happened here. I was standing outside the window in the safety of not being in the Yawning Portal when a troll was actively attacking, and I saw that you all handled yourselves quite well, which is good. That's what I thought based off of the information that I had gathered. I trust you too have noted the violence in the fair city these past 10 days, unless you just got here. That would be strange if I just happened to walk into a tavern and the 3 people that I invited to those tavern all happened to arrive on the same day from disparate locations.
I'm just saying that the only violence is the violence that was chosen by the folks who woke up and decided to try us. That's all.
Ooh,
He speaks
son.
the truth.
Ooh, I like how you talk, Shujaa. I like how you talk.
You know?
God damn, savage. Anyway, I admit.
Don't wake up and choose violence when we're around. Like, I'm just saying.
I'm not. You don't have to convince me. You don't have to convince me.
Hands are free. That's what hands are free.
Hands for free. Maybe that should be a chapter in the next book of mine. Hands for free. We'll get you to write the foreword of that chapter, Shujaa. It has been very violent, honestly. Not just in here in the Yawning Portal, where violence occasionally happens. Brawls are gonna happen at taverns, and when you have a portal that literally opens up to an undermountain filled with all kinds of monsters just available in your tavern, some of them are gonna crawl out on a weekly basis. But I haven't seen this much blood. Like, we've got violence in the streets. Things are coming to a head here, and it's not why I invited you all, but it marries well with it. And so before we get down to the business, and we will get down to the business of your original invitation, I might ask if you would do me a favor, a compensated favor. Appropriately. I'm not simply asking you to just do something for me for free. I'm not saying that this will get you some sort of exposure or some such. I will pay you, but I have a little favor on mind, something more pressing than the longer-term business that I wanted to talk with. Would any of you be interested in that, or would I be barking up the wrong tree?
Me. I am definitely interested.
Oh, Chesme, of course.
Whatever trees, I knock down trees.
You are aggressive, young man. You're just out here.
If they're attractive people, I'm trying to knock down.
I see you right now, and it is.
You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
I'm
Wants the smoke. Okay.
I can climb. I can climb.
Well,
Shujaa wants all the smoke. There's not. Listen, Bo. I don't know. Volafon, you're not going to make it very far, right here.
Apparently not. Chesme, I appreciate it. What of you, Dragon? What of you? Are you interested in maybe making a little coin to the tune of a little bit up front and a lot more right after?
Well, those aren't numbers, but I'll listen to what you have to say.
Okay. I'll get to the numbers. Don't worry.
I may be a simple country sailor, but I'm not completely ignorant of the ways of the world.
Are you a country sailor? So, like, you're like a sailor, but like also a hayseed? Is that what you're trying to? A simple country? You're like
What
a
some have called me.
no accordion, but instead like a banjo, but on the water. Deliverance
Basically.
style.
That's what some have
Can you
called.
imagine just like sailing through the mist and suddenly hearing like
Horrifying.
I piss
That's
my
basically being
pants.
down on the bayou.
Yeah. That. I mean, if we're saying that Dragon is like what happens if Dragon rolls up in a ship, as a sailor in the dark of night, and then everyone can just hear just like powerful, intense bluegrass music and the stomping of people square dancing to it as the ship. Like, you don't even need to raise a pirate flag at that point. You just get whatever you want. No one knows how to deal with that. Like that dangerous, like high speed, but like minor keyed Appalachian bluegrass. Nobody's comfortable with that on the water. But anyway. My friend's name, I seem to have misplaced a companion of mine. Now, normally this wouldn't be a problem, but I haven't seen him in a day or two, and I'm becoming worried about him with the increasing violence of the city. His name is Floon Blagmar. I will admit, he's a little bit prettier than he is smart, and I kind of worry that he might have taken a bad way home a couple nights ago and was kidnapped or worse. I was hoping to hire some people, specifically from here. Wasn't expecting all of you to come here so quickly. Tonight at the Yawning Portal to go look for him. I was thinking offering about 10 dragons apiece, for hiring, right up front, and then on the, return of Floon, or possibly gravely just what might have happened to Floon. I would have, it would be another 100 dragons apiece after that. So 110 total for the job, per person, 10 dragons up front, 100 upon completion, whether it's bringing Floon back to me, or possibly bringing the worst of news back to me, though I'd hate to have that happen. It's certainly something I could use some younger people for. I know a lot about monsters, but I know enough not to combat them. I don't think I would have fared as well with that troll. You all just basically picked at him from a distance. You even got knocked down, Dragon. That was tough to watch. It was real. Like, I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. It was tough because he's a big troll and you're not. Yeah. You're just an average
It was even
guy.
It was even tougher to feel it. I could give you a demonstration if you want.
What? Hold on.
You definitely died for like a little bit.
Yeah, you went out for a little bit. It was scary, and I was torn between. But I knew you would come back, so I was torn between singing a band from another realm and a classic by them, and an actor from another realm and saying, "You got knocked the fuck out." But you can't fuck shit up. You can't fuck shit up. That's it. That's it. Point blank. Period. Get the bag. Fuck shit up. That's it. Point blank.
So if you're all, go on.
Hold on, go ahead.
If you're all interested in making a little bit of extra coin, and to remind you all of you right now have roughly about 10 gold. A dragon is a gold. Have roughly about 10-ish gold on you. Some of you might even have less. And then that's all the wealth that you currently have. He's offering 10 up front just to take the job, and then 100 on the back end once you complete it. So quite a sizable fund. But he's like, to be clear, what I'm asking you to do is in no way going to impact what I actually invited you here for. This is just something that came up in the interim from when I shipped the invitations out to you. But I'd like to get this peace of mind. Chesme, knew you would be in for it. That's why you're the next generation's greatest author. What about you, little creepo frond thing, creature, monster,
Her name is
kid?
Frond.
Sorry. What about you, Frond?
It's at least double more the money than we have.
Oh, double more the money than you have. Perhaps I should have come in lower.
Hold on a second. At this, Dragon puts a hand on Frond's shoulder and just kind of gently squeezes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to... So I don't know if I have to roll for this, but I'm trying to convey, like, hey, you don't have to tell a stranger how much money we have.
So I'm going to say, Frond, you can roll either insight or perception. And because you're just doing a normal, like, any person would understand what Dragon is doing, but Frond is like a hot mess.
Pretty high perception.
Yeah, and so insight or perception, either one.
I rolled a natural one.
Oh! And that is why I had you roll, Camille. That is why I had you roll. Frond, unless Dragon verbalizes to stop talking, you just think he's, friendly putting a hand to confirm whatever you're saying.
You.
And so she starts going like, and a backpack, a bedroll, So a crowbar, hammer, and axe.
Thank you.
Sorry. Too much talking.
I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Do not worry. I am a person that pays for what I think. That pays at the intersection for what I think a job is worth and what I can afford for it. Not a person that pays what I think I can get away with. The amount of money you come up with has nothing to do with how much. It's not written in my module for me to really negotiate this price. So that's the So yeah, I appreciate your honesty, Frond, and I appreciate your editing abilities on Frond's honesty, Dragon. Yes, of course. Are
you gonna pay us and let us fuck shit up or not?
I will. But I wanted to talk to you about why I also brought you.
The adventure is payment enough for me. I'll take the adventure. That's what I'm here for.
Do you not want the drag? You can have the dragons too. You can have the coin. I don't mind giving you the coin. You'll get the adventure and the coin.
I've had 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? I'm rowdy out here.
You are rowdy out here, Shujaa. All right. Let me get to the point here. We'll sort out the coin and this thing, which is a bit more immediate, in a moment. But let me explain very quickly why I invited all of you. There's a lot of change happening in Waterdeep. And I am not a fan of stagnation. I travel the world. I need to see new areas. I need to evolve myself and the areas around me. Not through, cruel things, but there are some that like to hold on to what they have, but I like to find out something new. And I invited a group of people that I thought might be interested in helping me with that. Dragon, you with the church that you follow and your new deity. Not new, like he's very old, but new in these parts. Yes. Deity. Shujaa, you, a caster, a musician, a performer, an intellect, a person that seems to want to make a mark, is almost hungry to make a mark on the world, but on your terms. And of course, Chessmay, no one could more easily say this than me. You remind me of me when I was young. Simply going out, carving a path, writing in it, and eventually having people pay for your insights, or at least share in them. And Frond, you came here with Dragon, it appears, and you seem cool.
Thanks.
It's almost like I'm projecting through Volo to just dunk on Camille.
Dragon nods and unsmiling says, "Yes, she is."
With you vouching. Waterdeep needs new systems. It needs new blood. It needs new life. And there's a lot happening here. Would you be interested in being a part of some of those changes?
Now that does sound interesting. We'll have to talk a little more about what this means.
Yeah.
We will.
Like our Lord and Savior Poseidon.
Bless Poseidon. From the trident.
Now, Savior is being a bit generous.
From the trident to the second point of the trident to the third point of the trident. It's really just got that one main symbol, but it's very good.
What did Richie Branson say? I don't save. As Poseidon's motto, he said, "I don't save these people. I don't have a cape."
I don't save these people. I don't have a cape. But Volo sits down and he starts kind of discussing some details in order to get to the fun parts of D&D, which is going and meeting people and doing things, rather than me just lore dumping at you for 20-25 minutes as Volo.
Just lore dumping all over our faces.
Yeah, just completely completely no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do instead is summarize. Volo explains to you that Waterdeep right now is going through a bit of a struggle in every area but proper politics. The Open Lord of Waterdeep is pretty well beloved, and she's very on the ground, like with the people. She tends to travel around Waterdeep without guard, and so she's actually fairly popular. And she replaced Neverember, who was the previous lord, who was less popular. So they're on a high right now on politics. Of it's like, yay, we got someone good that's nice and talks to us. You know, like AOC doing like 4 Twitch streams and everyone being super excited about that. It's normal stuff, right? Normal populist stuff.
If streaming on Twitch is talking to the people, I'm very frightened for the future of our country.
I mean, future, we're already here.
Already?
I mean, we're here. But the other aspects, merchants, security, like enforcement. There's always a problem with the town guard. There's always a problem, those kinds of problems. But there's a burgeoning conflict that's happening, especially in the underworld. And it's creating, it's having its own conflicts within it, and it's creating waves that are hitting the rest of Waterdeep and making it a lot more like Baldur's Gate. Which Baldur's Gate is a lot of fun, but it is not a safe place to live, and no one should ever want to like raise a family there if they can avoid it. And so,
would you say the streets is popping?
Streets, 100% popping. The streets out of control. Out of control.
It's
one thing you gotta know.
Back over to.
I like real streets. They shake me up a little bit, but I'm down to secure the bag and clean the real streets.
You gotta.
You gotta.
You simply must.
Hands are free.
But yeah, there are a couple factions she talks to you about. There are a couple specific crime families that he talks to you about. He discusses things that will go in deeper if they become relevant, like the Harpers and the Force Grey and the Order of the Gauntlet. But mostly he cares about 2 biggies. And the thing that he talks about is he's like, and this is where I'll cut back in.
The hands are free.
Oh, yeah.
The hands are free. Xanathar's. He's like, let me tell you about the 2 things that you need to worry about. The Zentarum and Xanathar's Guild. Now, you're not going to hear those names said for them a lot, but there's Xanathar's Guild, which is often just kind of referred to as the Guild, and then the Zentarum, which is often referred to as the Network. And the Guild and the Network are probably the 2 biggest movers and shakers in the region. Xanathar, you probably all know. He's an infamous criminal. Nobody knows what he looks like. Nobody knows what what he's I know that. What he supposed about him. He's quite attractive as a story. Like, I love reading about him, but he is a bad man, woman, creature, thing. I don't know what he is, but he's a bad entity, and he causes a lot of pain. The Zentarum are more your kind of classic, shadowy, political, semi-legitimate, semi-criminal organization, and something's been shaking them up a lot. I have a theory as to what, but I'm not sure yet, and I don't want to get you on any kind of tracks for that. What I'm more concerned about is that my friend that I told you about, my beloved God, what's his God's stupid name? Floon, I want to say his name was. It's been so long since I've seen him. His name's even beginning to disappear out of my mind. Floon! Yes, my friend with the very memorable name of Floon Blagmar. Floon might have gotten caught up in this mess, so it almost dovetails. But I figure you know, you do some adventure things. Chesme, maybe we set you up with the people that publish my books to maybe publish your stories from this. Shujaa, I'm not exactly sure what you want, but I am sure as a connected fellow, I'd be more than happy to post it up for you. Dragon.
I just want the bag, bro. Just
what?
The bag. I just want the bag, bro.
You just want the bag. If you're just looking for the money, oh, there's money to be found on this.
You sound like a bunch of fuck boys. I can fuck them up and secure the bag. Period.
Done. Dragon, of course, you're interested in spreading the word of, or the salt of Poseidon. What is spreading Poseidon around?
Well, Poseidon isn't overly concerned with spreading the word of his religion, but I do wish to learn a bit more about the city and perhaps secure some of that bag. As my
the bag. The bag is important. Everyone will get some of the bag. Are you? Does Frond know what the bag is?
How are 4 people going to share a bag?
For me.
Is it a big bag?
I'd like the booty.
Is the bag the booty?
The bag and booty.
The bag. Is that the name of this actual campaign? The proper name is is the bag and the booty.
Is booty and bag the same thing, or are we talking like
the booty bag has got it
on the pipe like Mario? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's piracy. You gotta pirates always have a booty.
Yeah, they do.
In the bag.
Mario on the pipe
because they have to do all the squats on the ship.
It's 420. Like we know it's a booty bag.
It's a booty bag. Big booty bags. Volo continues to kind of give you some general information about the like kind of the vibe of Waterdeep, but he starts kind of his mind then kind of meanders back to what happens to that night, and he's like, in the interim, well, I gather the things I needed to gather once I first met all of you, where I begin to come together with some resources for all of you. If you could dig into my my friend's disappearance, that would be appreciated.
You have a missing friend?
Yeah, Floon Blagmar, the guy that the 10 dragons up front. And then the 100, yes. Once you see him, he won't be so forgettable.
I didn't realize you had somebody missing personal to you.
Yeah, no, he is my friend.
My apologies. I mean, I'm still trying to secure the bag, but my apologies.
Yeah.
Well, to start off with, if you're interested in looking for him, if you are committed to this, and then he pulls out 40 gold and hands 10 or slides 10 across the table to each of you, and he's like, simply for accepting the mission. This is the upfront. And then, like I said, whether you find him alive or you find information on what happened to him that is no longer alive, this is fine.
The money is on the table in front of Frond, and the money is off the table in front of Frond. If we're gonna track him down, where was he last seen?
The last time I saw him, it was a couple nights ago. We were at a tavern. I'm trying to recall which one. And he sits there and he thinks, Frond, since you asked the question, you roll the insight check.
$13.
All right. He's being a little dodgy about things here. He hasn't really been dodgy to you up to this point. He's been very kind of open and informative and like willing to converse. But now that you're talking about what happened, where he was like a couple when he last saw Flume, or any information he could give you, this is when it's not readable to you that he's struggling to remember. It's more readable like he's picking his words carefully, which you remember from your time amongst family and friends before you became a weird little monster.
Where do you think he might have been last. You know, because maybe you were together the whole time, but you think you know where he was last.
He took a sip. He takes a sip, looking at Frond, staring directly into Frond's like hollow gaze, into an unsettling pair of eyes to him. He sips the drink, puts it back down, and simply says, "All right, all right. I was having a little writer's block, and I decided to meet Floon up at the Skewered Dragon a couple nights ago. And then we were gambling, we were drinking, we were having a good time. I was in my cups, he was in his cups, and then I suddenly got inspiration, which I commonly do while inebriated. Write that down, by the way, chessmate. Never do anything sober. Well inebriated. Absolutely always be chemically altered in some fashion. It is amazing for creativity. That is 100% true. There is no toxicity to that at all, nor minimalizing of addiction struggles for creative.
I stay fluid.
Das.
Stay fluid.
It also sounds like that ass, but it's
Yeah.
Yes.
all of those things.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
And so he goes, so I went home for inspiration. I left
the
Floon
more
there.
fluid, the more druid.
The more fluid, the more druid.
The more that ass, the more das.
Yes. I will admit, I left Floon there. I probably shouldn't have left Floon by himself. He was probably too drunk to make his way home. So the last place I saw him was at the Skewered Dragon 2 nights ago. Since then, I've heard hide nor hair of him. And I'm beginning to worry. One night is fine, right? Maybe he ends up in somebody's bed. Happens. A couple days of not seeing him. Little bit of concern, what with the city in the throes of what seems to be an underground scuffle, as well as other conflicts that I have described in summary, but are not important to this plot.
Are there any like prints or hints of magic or articles of clothing that they may have left in places where we might be able to investigate?
It may be the case. I'm going to admit I've been in meetings with my publishers about the upcoming book, and so I only had this thought this evening because I realized I hadn't seen Floon in a couple of days.
So you trying to
and that no one had seen him.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, essentially, it's not that he's not a good enough friend for me to worry about, but if there's anything really bad that's going to happen, I'm not going to be able to resolve it. Like, if he's gotten into anything too dark, I'm not the guy. I'm very famous, I'm very eloquent, but I am not very handy with a knife.
I'm the opposite of those things.
Well, I'm not going to... He looks at Dragon, and he's like, I'm not going to respond to that in a positive or negative light. I'm just going to nod.
We'll find your friend.
We will, because we're here to get the bag.
Yeah.
Fuck shit up.
Like I said, 100 dragons
The question
apiece.
is, does Floon want to be found?
Well, you might find that out. And if he doesn't want to be found, don't force him out. You can simply tell me, I trust you. I invited you all for a reason that needed much more trust than something like this. And so if what you've discovered is that it seems like he's fine and just on the low, just staying low, that's enough. That is enough for my peace of mind. I just want peace of mind. But
so aside from the bag as payment, we just need Scooby snacks and weed.
Oh, you want some snacks and
Yeah.
some drugs?
Yeah.
And he
Snacks and drugs. Yes.
and
A trash
What
bag
would be better?
of drugs.
well before
Imagine not
Volo-
having Trapper here.
yeah
I need a
in the
420 load. 420 load, please.
in 420 load, please. Okay, I can absolutely. I mean, I did just recommend that you never do anything sober, so you know I kind of walked into this. So Bonnie goes because Bonnie just overheard from the table the word snacks, and your table already has like before Volo even begins to raise his hand up to catch some sort of server, Bonnie has delivered you various appetizers and various things that are dried that you could easily take with you as well, like dried meats, some candy, some dried fruits, and some breads. And Bonnie's just like, this is just simply for dealing with the troll. And then Volo himself just kind of opens up his jacket, and then kind of pats into his pockets, and Volo himself puts down a solid amount of I can't remember what they call weed in D&D land, but weed. Puts a solid amount of smokable things. And when I say a solid amount, I mean he lays down an ounce of it. And he's like, should this be enough for you? And just kind of pushes the ounce out. Otherwise, I don't carry more. For some reason, there's a law in Waterdeep that you can only carry a certain amount of this on your person when a guard pulls you over, or else they'll accuse you of not having a license for dealing it, even though you can buy this everywhere. It's not illegal. I don't understand. It's more of like a taxing law than it is like a criminal law. But yeah, so here's a full, so I guess this would break up to a quarter for each of you. And then, you know, when we meet again, certainly, you know, friends share and share alike, I will, of course, have more. Maybe not 10 times more. I'm not in that business anymore, but you know, there's certainly plenty. And
10x, Zenx, WebEx.
Well, WebEx, that's that thing where several spiders make an X through a doorway with their webbing, and it catches someone in the doorway and wraps them up in a WebEx, right?
Gen X, 10x. You know what I'm saying?
Gen X.
We just X a motherfucker. It's cool. You know,
okay. All right. So Volo just starts lighting up there because, again, this is a fantasy realm. Smoking drugs is not in any way illegal or discouraged.
No, we need all the psionics and everything. I want it all.
Okay,
I want it all.
I want it all.
I'm about that energy. Pokemon. You know, while we're at it, we can drop some bars in the land and become Barzard. Bars is hard. However, it don't matter.
Yes.
I'm out here trying to fuck shit up and get the bag. Period. That's it.
Well, would you like to fuck shit up and get the bag this afternoon, or would you like to wait until the evening? And what that is that's me being a kind DM and being like, do you want to take a long rest and get all of your spell slots and hit points back, or do you want to just go out?
Yes, we need, listen, because I'm not playing with these motherfuckers. I'm coming with my shit on lock, okay? Volo, I got your back. We're about to go. Floon,
yes.
I'm looking for you, Floon, and you're about to be found.
And his face.
Yes.
And his face.
Yes.
What does it look like?
With the bubonic psionics.
What does Floon look like?
Yes. So we can bring back his face. Or how his face is.
Okay. How his face is. Floon is and he closes his eyes and he smiles real big. And I'm not making anyone make an insight check on this. Volo and Floon are definitely getting it. This is more than just a buddy. Volo's definitely like, yeah. That's not in the module. It's in my module, and that's what's important.
Volo's taking him on rides.
I'm gonna take you for a ride.
That big luxurious mustache.
You know what? He doesn't have a picture on the token. Hold on. Let me look up what Floon's supposed to look. What is the artist rendering of Floon? Oh, there's no official D&D art of Floon? That can't be.
Oh. We can imagine him as however we want.
That's because people don't kiss and tell, fam.
It says a handsome human male in his early 30s with wavy red blonde hair.
Yeah, wavy red blonde hair.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
No, he's not blonde. What's the other Ryan? The blonde one.
Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
Gosling.
Yes, Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Floon. One time. That's a story I'll tell at some point.
I'm gonna get. I need him. We're going for.
It's weird because he shouldn't be as attractive. He shouldn't be as attractive as you think, because if you look at one half of his face and then the other half of the face, they're two completely different faces, but both faces are handsome. So it works out anyway. But yeah, good looking guy, good brood.
Does he have two sexual organs as well?
No,
that's hella dynamic.
It's not that he has two separate faces. It's that it's like his face didn't. It's like the left side of his face is kind of shaped one way, and the right side of his face is like shaped gently different. Like if you took it and you put a mirror to it. Oh, I'll show you an artist rendering one time. Either way, very handsome man, very well appreciated, beautiful head of hair.
An artist rendering of Ryan Gosling's asymmetric yet still handsome penis.
Yo, this motherfucker can perform fellatio and make out with you at the same time.
I love that Ryan is like two faces. Shujaa is just like two faces means two faces. It means two whole ass faces on him in some way, shape, or form. So he just
I wish I could do that.
You get okay. You know what, Aaron? Goofing around, Aaron. You know what? All right.
What's
so
up?
The bard that's been tuning up this 3-stringed lute in the corner. Yeah. I'm gonna bring up NPCs that exist in this game. That's been tuning up his 3-string lute in the corner.
There you go.
It's waved over by Volo to your table, and he goes, Matrim. Can you sketch up a picture of Floon for us? And the Matrim looks at you and is like, hello, call me 3 strings. Yes, of course I can. I've drawn a lot of, I don't even have to sketch it up. Here you go. And he just pulls out a giant sketchbook and then flips through it. And there's a bunch of very lewd but very, very detailed pictures of Floon. And he's like, I've been drawing Floon with and without his knowledge for years now. Like he knows about
distance.
Not always
very close up.
Volo just mutters, not always from a distance, and then and now you've begun to get a real vibe for the regulars in the Yawning Portal, and the vibe is thick.
Exactly.
It's musky. It's a musky vibe.
It's a musky.
It's got an air about it, but But yeah.
It was more wet and wild.
My AC is so low because so many people hit it. So, that's how I like to say it.
Oh!
Wow.
The show-stopping D&D pun of the night. My AC is so low, that's why so many people hit it. Beauty. I cannot even handle how good of a line that is. That is a fucking end of bar, or like end of verse bar on a 10 out of 10 nerdcore single about Dungeons. Not even a nerdcore single. That's indie hip hop. Like you could just go anywhere with that, and there'd be like a lot of people would be like, AC solo. That's why so many people hit it. Like, what does that mean? And then every D&D nerd would just be like, Jesus Christ, this is the best.
Yeah, that's God tier. No, it's a God tier.
That is a God tier. Bars, straight bars. Anyway,
wow.
He hands you some sketches, and you get a good look at every part of Floon's body.
If he's in parts, this will make it easier to find him.
Volo's
that's a good point.
Volo
That's a good point.
This person looks like their ass claps when they try to sneak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So how do they get away? You know what I'm saying?
He's got a very, very low stealth.
Ass clap too loud.
So we're gonna listen for the ass clap.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
From the dummy thick fraud or floon. My bad.
Just the opposite of dummy thick.
Floon and floon.
This is gonna get confusing.
So you discuss. You know what? Like literally, I can't possibly. We've only got like 5-10 minutes left, and I can't possibly do anything of significance in the next 5-10 minutes. So, Volo, 3 Strings, Bonnie, some of the other unnamed patrons of the tavern, all occasionally share stories of Floon, and it seems like pretty much everyone's in agreement about who Floon is and what Floon really is there for amongst it, including Floon himself. And you just have kind of a nice long conversation. You have a solid meal there. They set you up a potential, you're not committed to it, but Durnan sets you up with a potential room to stay here if you don't find other combinations. And you sort of talk from the early afternoon, like the 10, 11 o'clock hour, into the about 5, 6 o'clock hour, while you rest and get more information about Waterdeep and such. And we'll just leave it there on like full Floon objectiquification. We had a troll fight, you met Volo, and then it got to Floon, and then it was over. But that is 100% fine, because we have more to do. But we'll start off next week with your beginning this mission for Volo in the kind of later later afternoon, early evening, to go search for Floon. So, but I'm going to let you all sign out. We'll start with Prowess. Prowess, what would you like to plug?
Let's see. We are continuing in the Nerdcore VPC. So please continue to follow along and continue to vote. And also, May 1st, it's Nerdcore Days. And I think everybody, well, wait, Kadesh is also performing.
Yep.
So yeah, so stay tuned. Please follow like all the channels. And on Wednesday, I'll get this like cool interview. So if you follow me on IG, you'll see me go into all like my background and all the different stuff of like starting to rap.
Is your IG name at My Name is Prowess as well? Just like your
It
Twitter?
is at My Name is Prowess. Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. And remember, Nerdcore Vocalist Producer Challenge. A lot of good nerd music. And 3 of us are participating in it. And we're all pretty equal threats. I'm totally on the same exact level of Prowess and Kadesh. I think everyone upon listening to tracks will know that I am in no way...
Kadesh is the only one that placed. So I think we're in the same space.
Kadesh was robbed out of first, but I mean the track that got first, I still think should have gotten second or third, so it wasn't like that much of a.
It was definitely a top 3 track.
Yeah.
But it was just because I liked the beat so much. But
yeah, that beat was dope. But nonetheless.
Well, I'll wait. Go ahead.
Well, no. Let's plug.
Please,
and then respond. Dash.
Tell us.
Due to I was supposed to record for Ryako today, and due to my excursion, now I have to still do that.
Yep.
I'm KadeshFlow. My only job in life right now is to make Ryako happy.
At KadeshFlow on social media. KadeshFlow everywhere you can find music.
I'm gonna need to get my partner on board with this because no, my partner rejected 4 beats before we decided.
Nah.
So I just
wow, really?
Yes, my partner is a total diva. Well, you know they're producers, so they're picky. You know.
Yeah.
Yo, so one, that's unfortunate. 2, Ryako sent me a thing that switches between 5.4 and 10.8, and it's supposed to be a comprehensive narrative, and I haven't had this much of a chance. Y'all know how I write. Like, it goes.
Mark, I still love you though. You still
You just had to plug that.
Mark fucking Cooper up in this chat.
Mark fucking Cooper.
Mark fucking Cooper. Interesting.
Yo,
roasted.
Ryako, I gotta tell you, like, Ryako sent me some shit. And like, I mean, oh my fucking God. The easiest, the path of least resistance for me that makes the most sense is literally to view the VPC as my job is to make her happy until this thing is over. If I do that, we good. Like, period. Like, we good. So, you know.
So in unrelated to hip hop pluggery, Aaron, you wanna plug your stuff?
Yeah, sure. But before I do, I just want to say, because the chat's not in the stream, Mark Hoover is like, I just forgot how to rap now. It looks like we're in trouble now. But yeah, so you can find me on Twitch at AAARon, all one word. I'm also on Twitter under that, but I do a lot more like political retweeting and just like whatever's top of mind, which is usually just me being upset at things in the world right now. So I recommend mostly my Twitch. Find me on Twitch.
I recommend most
I play video games and we chill and smoke.
Yeah, I recommend mostly on Twitter, but that's because I like the anger. I feed on it. And last and most wonderful weirdo, Camille.
Me.
Yeah, it's you.
Hi.
What hip hop album do you want to plug?
Well, the first hip hop album that I ever got was the Black Eyed Peas Elefunk, so I'd really rather not plug that. It's okay,
we all make mistakes.
A classic.
It's catchy. It's catchy. It's not catchy. That's just the bottom line.
If you had said Rap Ninjas by Nipsey Hussle, I would have been so happy.
Right? How dope would it have been if Camille's like, first album I ever got was Black Star. I don't know if people know who Black Star is, and it's like, what? That was your starting kit?
You know me. But I work with a lot of nonprofits in Washington State who are fundraising right now. Times are really hard. They're kind of like small businesses, except for, you know, they're trying to keep people off the streets and getting them jobs and feeding them and make sure we still have art and stuff. So if you want to throw some dollars towards causes you care about, you can go to givebigwa.org, and that would be really cool of you. That's www.givebigwa.org.
And I will plug my other D&D stuff. Through the Mill happens every Tuesday night so if you like, if you just want more Camille in your life, and you're willing to tolerate more of me in it, every Tuesday, roughly 7:30, 8 o'clock start time, much like this. Through the Mill happens here on Twitch. And then also Low Armor Cast if you want more Aaron in your life, but you don't want to see our faces. That's a podcast. There's also editing there, so all of my ums, uhs, and confusion is trimmed down to a minimum. I can't eliminate all of it, or else it's not buyable. It doesn't read like I'm actually DMing. All that, and that happens on opposite Mondays. So we just had an episode go up last Monday, and we'll have an episode go up this Monday, or a week from today. And so on Mondays, you can always get a little bit of D&D, whether it's Waterdeep or Low Armor Cast, and then Tuesdays every week you can get even more D&D. There's other things on the channel, like follow it, subscribe to it, what have you. Follow these wonderful people at their social medias and chosen platforms. And thank you very much. And was it the Bag and the Booty P crew? I will see you. Yeah.
You know, like I had 3 colossal farts over the course of this thing. Like fed into the audio, and none of them did. And I was so happy.
Booty Broth Chronicles. Jesus God, 3 colossal farts. Oh my. Anyway, we will see you. We will see you again in a couple weeks. Bye.
Same butt place, same butt channel.